Good morning, everyone. My name is Alan. I'm on my way to Roanoke, Virginia, and it's cold out here. I'm outside. I just want to let people know what is going on. I received a couple messages, wanted to know why I'm on the road again. I left Maine a while ago, and I ended up in Boston, and I went to Boston Common, and then I went to New York City. Right now I'm outside of New York City, just on the outskirts. I'm not too far from the Lincoln Tunnel. I just got back from Hell's Kitchen, and I talked to some people that I've known there for quite some time. I want to mention a few things in this video that may or may not make much sense. A couple messages I received over the course of the past 8, maybe 10 hours is concerning fear. Close friends and associates of mine in New York, New Jersey, Massachusetts, and even in Connecticut feel that I'm on a suicide mission based on one of my videos, my posts. Let me explain something as best I can, and I'm going to try to say it in the only way I know how, but I'm going to try to say it so that it makes sense. I'm not on a suicide mission. What I'm doing is something I should have done right from the beginning. And by not doing so, it's cost me a tremendous amount of money that I cannot afford. But nonetheless, I'm going to continue. Ever since January, when Jayne Austin was taken from an abandoned building and placed into custody, I've been searching for her. Jayne Austin and myself are in fact in a relationship. We are a couple. We each bear each other's rings, and Ashley has conceived our daughter. I do not hide the fact that I'm much older than she is. I've discussed this with Jayne Austin, and just recently with Julie Clancy. I'm not saying that my life has been perfect. My life is far from perfect. I've made a tremendous amount of mistakes in my life, but I would hope that people understand that people do change over time. I've learned from my mistakes, and I've matured from them. Jayne Austin and our little baby girl is not a mistake. I love Ashley and I love our baby, and I'd give my life for both of them. That brings me to the point of what this video is all about. The last time that I attempted this, I ended up in jail for 31 days. But this time I'm going all the way. I'm on my way to Roanoke, Virginia, and anywhere I need to go. This time, my only goal is to locate Jayne Austin and bring her home. It's been a long time since she's actually been home. When I first started talking with Jayne Austin, she was very adamant that I was taking Ashley's youth away from her. And I was so angry that she would say that. But considering the fact that I've matured enough that I allowed myself to listen, I understand where Vicky's coming from. Now that I've begun talking to Ashley's biological mom, I've realized something that I didn't realize before. And it's something I want to discuss just very briefly, but I want to discuss it. Ashley needs contact with her biological family. as well as her adoptive family. What that means is it's time Ashley puts the past behind her and focuses on what really matters: living. Ashley, I don't know if you're watching this or not, and if you are, I hope you understand that I'm using a tremendous amount of resources. I'm having friends take out loans so that I can find you. You and I promised each other this is what we would do. If anything at all, sweetheart, I hope you understand that I am a man of my word. I may be hard to understand sometimes. As you well know, I'm not exactly the easiest person to live with because I'm, I guess you could say, still healing from my past. But life goes on. What I'm doing is placing my very life and my freedom on the line, because I want to show you that true love is worth fighting for. And in my heart, true love is worth dying for. I've traveled well over 5,000 miles since January. I've spent well over $20,000. And I have all the verification, the receipts, the paperwork to verify it. I've traveled so much that I don't even know where home is anymore. The only thing that keeps me going, sweetheart, is the promise that you made to me that no matter what transpires in all of this, you would never leave me, and that nobody would ever raise our baby but you and I, because we're family. We put the rings on each other's fingers, symbolizing our engagement. Those are keeping me alive. I know that CPS, DHS is probably feeding your head full of bullshit, pumping you full of medications, putting you through psychological counseling, trying to turn you against everybody, including your family, so that you rely solely on them. That's how the system works. But despite all of that, I know that inside your brain is a tremendous amount of knowledge. And I know you can see through all of that. You just have to try. I've already purchased a lot of gifts for the baby. A lot of it is necessities. My daughter in Rochester, New Hampshire, Lisa Marie Nichols, is hanging on to him for me, for us. What I'm doing is going all the way this time. When I left Maine, I made a promise to many people that I will never return to the state of Maine without you. That promise will be kept. I contacted my son, and he's very concerned about me. But I told him the only thing I can tell him: this time I'm not going to abandon my child. 25 years ago I was hooked on drugs, as you know, and I walked away. Not this time. No child should ever have to go through that. I will die for you, sweetheart, if I have to. To be the one person in your life to prove to you that not all men are out to hurt you, that not all men lie to you. The only time I've ever lied to you was when I was laying on the floor, 71 First Street, Bangor, Maine, when you came in and asked me if I was all right when I was bent over, hanging onto my stomach. I said, "Yeah, I'm fine, just a stomach ache." You sat down and put your arm around me and you said, "Don't lie to me. What's wrong?" That's when I explained my medical condition to you. That's when you truly understood what I was going through, the pain. When I leave New York in about 3 hours, I'll be on my way to Baltimore, Maryland. From there, I go to Roanoke, Virginia. And from there, wherever I need to go. But one thing I want to say on this video, above all other videos I've ever made concerning you, I, and our baby, the love that I have in my heart for you will never stop. I will not allow anyone to take you from me. I will not allow anyone to ever take our baby from us. I will fight tooth, nail, blood, and death to keep you. Because I remember the promises you and I made each other dozens and dozens of times, and the tears we shed together holding each other, making those promises. Sweetheart, and everybody listening to this, please don't take this as a threat. I'm stating this as a boyfriend and as a dad. If anybody listening to this, now or in the future or perceived future, attempts to take Ashley Austin from me and attempts to take our baby from me, I will put you in the ground. No one is going to take the love of my life away from me. No one is going to take that precious little girl away from me. And if anybody feels that's a threat, please be aware that you have the absolute right to report this. Because quite frankly, I don't care anymore. I've come to realize that true love is worth fighting for and is worth dying for. If you come between me, Ashley, and our baby, I will bury you. I don't care who you are, where you're from, or who your friends are. Ashley's been hurt enough in her life. Her ex-boyfriend, Andrew Collins, from Bangor, Maine, beat the fucking shit out of her on a daily basis. Andrew Collins, Josh, among many other people, used and manipulated her. Excuse my language. But because they wanted pussy, they wanted to get between her legs, they didn't care about the woman. They didn't care about her feelings. They wanted to get laid, and they used her for any way she could. Any way they could. Enough's enough. From this day forward, I will fight for you, Ashley. And I will not stop until you're in my arms again. I don't care the circumstance. I don't care the person or the reason. If anybody hurts you, I will put them in the ground. Because it's time that you have a smile on your face like you and I used to have together before they took us from each other. It's time that you are given happiness. I need to wrap this video up. I need to get a couple hours sleep. But before I do, I just want to say one thing that I should have said before. If I have to die for you, I will do so with a happy heart. Because for the first time in my life, I realize now that God has given me two very precious gifts. That's you, Ashley, and our precious little baby girl. Dear God, please watch over Ashley and our baby. Wrap your arms around them and hug them. Give them life, give them happiness and protection. And please, Lord, forgive me for what I'm about to say. Have mercy on those who hurt them, because I will not. Amen.